And I must admit, I have no material understanding of the case. So.
I've got quite a bit.
Huh?
I've got quite a bit.
That's my figure.
Yeah. Actually, we're working with a client with a very similar problem right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Chan, nice to meet you again. I'm Andrew.
Nice to meet you, Andrew.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Mr. Spotto. Great to see you again.
Nice to meet you again.
Who are you?
Me? I'm Nicholas. 50%. 50% is the amount of profit Quest Design risks losing if a project is delayed by just 3 months. With a confusing mix of text, emails, WhatsApp, and other communication channels used at Quest Design to share information, employees lose approximately 125 days every year looking for the right documents. Hi, my name is Nicholas, and this is my partner Andrew. And today we will present a comprehensive plan to drastically reduce the amount of time employees spend looking for documents and offer a solution to streamline communication at Quest Design. We prepared a quick agenda for today. I encourage you guys to follow along throughout our presentation. We've identified key issues and secondary issues. The key issue we've identified today is information management. The way Quest Design manages information is very poor, and it makes it very difficult for employees to locate documents you are looking for. A few secondary issues that we've identified, the first one being communication. There are many communication channels used, a confusing amount of communication channels used at Quest Design, and streamlining communication will offer employees a quicker and easier way to locate the documents they're looking for. The second issue we've identified is change management. Quest Design has a poor history of change management. They've tried to implement a new project management tool in the past, and it did not work. Employees are reluctant to adapt new technologies. We've prepared a quick analysis today, starting off with the internal analysis of strength. Quest Design has the unique advantage of controlling the value chain from development to sales. They have a consistent development process. No matter what complexity introduced to the market, the production process remains the same regardless. Another strength is that they have a small team. They're a very nimble team, and it's also easy to oversee change management since they are a small team. Weaknesses, moving on to weaknesses. At the same time, small team also offers a weakness to Quest Design. Having a small team means that they have a slower development process. It's slower to bring complexes to market compared to a company with a slightly larger team. They have a history of being change resistant, resisting project management, resisting new project development, and they have inefficient IT processes. They lack IT processes, and implementing a streamlined IT process will bring great value to Quest Design. Moving on to external analysis, starting off with opportunities. Quest Design has the opportunity to expand their team, offering more manpower to the programs they bring. They have the opportunity to reach out to a larger market. Right now they are localized in Vancouver. We have the opportunity to reach out to a national market. And lastly, another opportunity is cloud collaboration. If Quest Design has the will to expand to other markets, having the ability to retrieve documents from wherever they are will bring tremendous value to Quest Design. Threats, we always risk the threat of competitors reaching market quicker than Quest Design. Effective communication will allow us to beat competitors. Another threat is municipal zoning and regulation. So Quest Design is very dependent on the municipality regulation board to approve their design requests. And the last threat is the changing market composition. Bringing a complex to market takes a considerable amount of time. And there's always a risk of markets changing in the process. Being able to identify market change during the process of bringing complex design will allow us to be able to better target markets. We've established 3 decision criteria to choosing our solution. The first one is efficiency, reducing the time lost due to documents versioning. So right now they have poor documents management. If we were to offer a better system to reduce the time looking for documents, it will bring great value to Quest Design. Collaboration. So Quest Design staff share access data remotely and offline. There's lots of remote work being done at Quest Design. Having the ability to access that data wherever they are will bring tremendous value. And the last decision criteria is cost effectiveness. How cost effective the solution is and how much return on investment it will bring. We'll be moving on to alternatives, and Andrew will walk you through it.
Thank you, Nico. Mr. Sabato, we have put together for you today 3 potential alternatives for you to move forward with at Quest Design to help improve your information management at your organization. The first alternative that we looked at was the potential to reintroduce Easy Projects at your organization in conjunction with Slack as a communication tool. This is an affordable option for your organization, and it offers simplified software for your employees to use to communicate. Because of it being a simplified system, it is much easier to train your employees on how to work with using Easy Projects and Slack together. However, it has the disadvantage in that it already failed once at your organization. So your employees may be more resistant to try it again, knowing that they had tried it once already and it did not work well for them. Additionally, because the 2 platforms were not initially designed to work together, there would not be as cohesive of an integration between the 2 platforms as some other solutions may offer. And lastly, it has limited functionality, even with using 2 separate platforms. While this is great for project management and great for communication within your team, it does not offer the ability to store files and edit them collaboratively amongst all members of your team. So with this, we have identified that it is efficient for your organization as it will improve processes if it is implemented successfully. However, it is not collaborative or enough or cost effective. Continuing to our next alternative, we took a look at introducing at your organization Office 365 in conjunction with Microsoft Project Online. Both products are offered under Microsoft's Office 365 platform. However, by using both platforms or both subproducts of Office 365, you'd be able to improve collaboration and project management and knowledge management at your organization as well as communication. Office 365 with Microsoft Project Online is an affordable solution as it comes in at approximately, or an average of $35 per user per month. And it enables integrated team messaging and online collaboration and full software access to your employees. So that way they also have the latest version of Microsoft Office along with their project management tools that they can collaborate with one another. And in terms of some disadvantages, it does offer extra functionality that your organization may not need. However, because Office 365 enables you to select which tools are made available to your users, the excess functionality could be disabled so it does not clutter your employees' screens when they're trying to work with the platform. Additionally, it has advanced management functionality, which may be a bit too much to manage within your own team for some aspects of it, and it would require additional training of your staff. However, with that said, it is an efficient alternative, it is collaborative, and we do feel it is cost effective. Continuing on to our final alternative, we looked at a hybrid communications tool or an information management tool between using Slack for instant messaging, Asana for task management, and Dropbox for file sharing. So this enables quick communications between your employees through the Slack platform, the ability to collaboratively share documents on Dropbox, and the three systems all have strong integrations in place between Slack and Asana and Dropbox. However, this is a more expensive option because you are combining multiple platforms together into one, and it also puts more of a burden on your employees because they now have to learn multiple disconnected systems to move forward. And as a result, this is collaborative, but it is not efficient or cost effective. So in looking at these three options, we have identified as the best one to move forward with at Quest Designs as being introducing Office 365 and Microsoft Project Online because it is efficient, collaborative, and cost effective. And we feel that this will be the best way to build communication at Quest. Looking at our implementation here, this implementation will take place over 15 months. You can take a look more deeper, or we'll go more deeper into this timeline as we move forward through our implementation. Now it's important to recognize, Mr. Sabato, that you are planning to start a redesign of your Tivoli project in just a week. Now while this would not be feasible to have this up and running within a week's time frame, we do believe that you will be able to move on to this as you are working on that project because of the interconnected nature of Office 365 and Microsoft Project and how it connects with your existing Excel and Word solutions. So in preparing for this transition is when training would take place of your project managers to get them up to speed on how to work with Microsoft Project Online. And you'd be hosting events and training for your employees to help guide them and prepare them for the transition. Additionally, you would be moving forward with hosting events within your organization from an executive sponsor at your organization to promote the use of and engagement with the platform once it is introduced. It's also going to be key to introduce a peer leadership program at Quest to make sure that your employees are supporting one another moving forward. The next phase that we're going to look at is implementing Microsoft Project at Quest. So we don't think that it would take a significant amount of effort to transition your employees over from their current Excel task management over to Microsoft Project because of the interconnected nature of the two platforms. There would be the potential to take and migrate your existing content from Excel easily into Microsoft Project through the built-in migration functionality in Microsoft Project. So this phase you're basically going to be installing it on the systems, providing some additional training and getting everyone up and running. And it covers our collaborative decision criteria in that it enables your employees to have easy access to everything remotely, and for managers to synchronize the projects for offline access as well. In the same first month after the initial preparation, you'll be looking at introducing Microsoft Teams into your organization. This way, your employees can quickly and easily communicate with each other no matter what device they're on, to share files and messages while they're both in the office and on the go. And it can be done in different channels as well as direct messaging, so that way you can have groups focused on topics at your organization, but the ability to send messages directly to other individuals. And so again, this addresses the collaborative decision criteria as it promotes that communication actively. Next, you'd be looking at introducing Microsoft OneDrive for your employees to store their documents in the cloud and collaboratively share them with one another. This way, your employees can share a document with another employee, and there's no more documents that are being sent back and forth over email. They're sending a link, and everyone is editing the same document together. This addresses document versioning and makes things more efficient within your organization, as there is less risk of having a mismatch in your document versions. And you'd be continuously throughout this entire progress monitoring the statistics that are available in the Office 365 Administration Center to see the effectiveness of adoption of Office 365 within the organization and continuing to survey them moving forward. Office 365 extends forward into SharePoint, which would then enable team sites for having a central file repository for developing a knowledge management system. And throughout this entire process, you're going to be continually reviewing everything as it happens to make sure that you are taking the best course and adjusting as necessary. And we'll be here with you to guide you along the way. In the future, you could potentially also integrate with Microsoft's email platform that is included in your licensing costs, which we'll be happy to go through with you in our question and answer, along with some risks that we identified in this process. We now welcome you to ask us any questions that you may have.
I thank you for your preliminary review and analysis. One of the questions that I have is, through this process where we've identified that there were some challenges with adoption and training, who do you see would be delivering the training, and how would we be assessing the training?
So at Snack Solutions, we have a strong base of experience in using Office 365 and Microsoft Project Online. So we'd be able to provide that initial training to your staff to get them up and running with the platform. And then from there, through the peer leadership platform that we would establish with your organization, your employees would be able to help guide each other moving forward as new employees are hired on to the organization.
Another question I have that I think is related is, have you considered any changes? You mentioned expansion. In terms of adding to staff, did you have any considerations for any staff that might need to be hired?
We identified the opportunity to expand into new markets outside of Victoria, and in terms of how many staffs to implement this expansion, we would have to observe and implement a plan onto how to identify markets and how to see what an event is out there, but we don't have any plan right now.
Keep going. One of the issues that we had raised in the information we provided to you was security. Can you maybe touch on some of the security aspects?
For sure. So by utilizing Office 365 and Microsoft Project, it's all going to be housed within a single information system package offered by Microsoft. So because you're a Canadian organization, you can ensure through Office 365 that your data is stored in Canadian data centers. So that way it is adhering to Canadian laws and not the laws of other jurisdictions. With that said, Office 365 does also offer various access control levels to be set, so that way your employees can have access to the information that they need to know, but nothing more. As well, it offers the ability to share externally as well on a need-to access basis also.
And as we go through this process and we identify the access roles, there would be a step to evaluate with the sensitivity of the data, where some information is more sensitive than others?
Yes, so definitely things like financial operations would be kept in its own repositories that are segregated from the rest of project management sites within Office 365 to ensure that that confidential and proprietary information is kept secure within your organization.
So you touched on a good element of change management, and you'd mentioned we'd have an event for communication and identifying executive sponsors. Throughout the process, would there be other touch points with the team?
Definitely, that is something that we would strongly recommend, is continually having these engagement events to encourage your employees and reinforce that this form of project management software and communication tools is the standard that Quest will be moving forward with, so that way they are well aware that this is the direction of the organization and are guided along and encouraged to reach that destination as well.
Thank you. That's all the time we have for questions.